I didn't plan to make this video, but when an anime, K-pop, and instant noodles collide in one universe, curiosity wins every time. Today's video starts in a very ordinary place, a Korean convenience store, CU. But what I was looking for wasn't ordinary at all. Nongshim, one of Korea's most famous ramen manufacturers, released a special edition of Shin Ramyun inspired by K-pop Demon Hunters. Not just the title, not just the logo. This ramen was designed around the three female protagonists, Rumi, Mira, and Joey. As soon as I entered the store, I saw it. A full display of ramen boxes, stacked neatly, each one carrying the face of a character who usually fights demons instead of hunger. It felt strange, seeing anime heroines in a convenience store, quietly waiting to be eaten. My personal favorites are Rumi and Joey, so without hesitation, I picked up 2 flavors and headed to the counter. I turned my back on CU and headed toward the drink section. That part always feels more difficult than choosing the ramen itself. Too many options, too many opinions in my head. Ramen is spicy, so milk would make sense. That's the logical answer. But logic doesn't always win when you're standing under fluorescent lights, already thinking about noodles. After staring at the shelves longer than necessary, I picked up a Hershey's chocolate drink. Cold, sweet, completely unrelated to health. Sometimes that's exactly the right choice. After paying, I stepped back outside, and the cold hit me immediately. Korea really doesn't believe in moderation when it comes to seasons. Summer feels endless. Winter feels personal. The wind cut through my jacket, and I instinctively tucked my hands deeper into my pockets. I didn't want to pull them out again for anything. Luckily, my phone was already connected to the front door through Bluetooth. As I stood in front of my building, the door unlocked itself quietly. No keypad, no password, no frozen fingers pressing buttons. Just one small mercy in a very cold night. Inside, the warmth wrapped around me slowly. Not dramatic, just enough to remind me that I was home. I took off my jacket, placed the drink on the table, and finally laid out everything. The ramen, the kettle, the bowl. This was the real beginning. Not the store, not the display, not even the characters on the lid. This moment. Standing alone in my kitchen preparing ramen I had traveled through cold air to bring back. I filled the kettle with water, waited, listened to it heat up. Outside, winter was still doing its thing. Inside, something simple and warm was about to happen. Back home, I decided to start with Rumi's ramen. Opening the lid felt oddly ceremonial. Inside, there was the familiar Shin Ramyun soup powder, but also something different. Dried ham. That already told me this wasn't just a skin change. This was a deliberate flavor choice. I poured in 300 milliliters of hot water, closed the lid, and waited 3 minutes. Those 3 minutes felt longer than usual. When I opened the lid again, the steam rose slowly, and the smell hit first. Spicy, savory, but also richer than standard Shin Ramyun. The ham added a deeper aroma, almost like a shortcut to a well-made broth. The kind of smell that makes your mouth react before your brain does. I stirred the noodles gently. The noodles were chewy, elastic, exactly what Shin Ramyun is known for. But the first bite surprised me. The flavor was fuller, rounder. The ham didn't overpower the soup. It didn't try to be fancy. It simply made the ramen feel more complete. I suddenly understood something. In K-pop Demon Hunters, Rumi eats ramen like it's the best thing in the world, not as a joke, not as a throwaway scene. Now I get it. This ramen isn't designed to be extreme, it's designed to be comforting. Spicy enough to wake you up, rich enough to make you slow down. As I kept eating, I realized this collaboration wasn't really about marketing, at least not only that. It felt like Nongshim asked a simple question. If these characters were real, what kind of ramen would they actually enjoy? And then answered it seriously. Halfway through the bowl, the heat settled in. Not aggressive, just warm. The ham pieces softened, blending into the soup. The noodles held their texture until the end. By the time I finished, I wasn't full in a heavy way. I was satisfied. That quiet kind of satisfaction you get when expectations and reality meet in the middle. Rumi's ramen makes sense. It's strong, but not reckless. Comforting, but not boring. Exactly how she feels as a character. Next time, I'll try Joey's version, and I'm genuinely curious how different it will be. Because if this bowl taught me anything, it's that even instant noodles can tell a story when someone actually cares enough to design them. Thanks for eating with me today. If you enjoyed this quiet moment with ramen and anime, I'll see you in the next bowl.